Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Something weird and strange has happened. Neil Gray has been seen in public. He's actually opened his office door and put his head out to make a statement. Very unusual. Normally, he likes to hide away, not taking phone calls, not talking to people. But unfortunately, he has to make a comment because the waiting times in the NHS are at their worst ever, as is they are every month, and just gets worse and worse and worse. But he has at least an excuse now. He's saying, it's the fault of the flu. Well, it's strange because the flu happens every year and the NHS are well aware that this is coming, which is why they do flu vaccinations and things. So why is he just blaming the flu right now? He must have known. Well, of course, it's just a convenient excuse. He's forgetting that people aren't stupid. We know all about these things. We had the flu last year. Although we did have 3 years where there was no flu whatsoever, if you remember. It was only COVID, not flu. Weird, isn't it? But the flu's to blame. He's not taking any responsibility for the terrible, terrible waiting lists in the NHS, even though the records were actually broken back in September when it was still warm and there was no flu, and they've suddenly got worse since. Oh, yeah, but it's not Neil Gray's fault, you understand. It's never his fault. So what's to happen? Well, Gray's sitting there practicing growing that little hairy slug thing that he's wants under his nose. He doesn't half look like a 70s porn star, but that's the look he's going for. It's great. A bit of Ron Jeremy going on, I think. Unless it's the sort of clubs he likes to go to. Gentlemen with bushy moustaches. I think you get my drift. But anyway, he's blaming, let's say this, for record numbers. 43,216 patients waited longer than the 4 hours that is their target. 14,758 were there for 8 hours or more, and 6,683 were there for 12 hours or more. All of these being the highest totals for a month ever. And it's going to continue to get worse. And now we haven't had the December figures yet, but it's looking bad. The figures will be out later. But 58.4% of people were treated within the 4-hour time frame. Just 58%, less than 2/3. That means over a third of people had to wait beyond the target. And yet, just think, if they weren't wanking money away on all that independence and shit, they might be able to hire a few more nurses, maybe get a doctor or two, maybe not have the terrible waiting lists. But no, health of the people comes secondary to an ideology of failure. And thus it ever was with the SNP. Thanks a lot. Bye.